the sky. A king shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage in war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final Seer of Season 3. I am joined by Deity. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's a banger of a season 3.
Yeah, hopefully everyone who played enjoyed. And remember, if you want to get in for Season 4, we have the signups running currently in the Discord, so make sure to get your signups in. Still to be determined when we're gonna have all the cutoffs for anything and start the next season, but we will let you know as soon as we have the info. For this one, we're gonna check out the games from the finals and then check out some of the top stats from the season overall and from the playoffs. So it should be a pretty quick seer, but we'll give you all that info and then send you off as we move towards the preseason of Season 4. So,
Big
pulling
hype in the chat.
hype. Pulling up the games from the finals, it was Los Nomadas against Titan Gaming Mox. For game number 1, Titan Gaming Mox on the blue side had Senna, Maokai, Master Yi, Zerath, and Jace. Los Nomadas had Jin, Thresh, Amumu, Lissandra, and Zac. How you feeling about the matchups, dude?
I mean, it's probably the most Los Nomadas draft I've ever seen. We just have so much CC on everything. Buy your Merc Treads. TGM. I don't love the Yi pick here, but other than that, like they have a nice poke comp going on, but then the Yi kind of like, I don't know what the Yi does in this comp. And they have so much crowd control that it just seems super hard for Yi to actually do anything. But I would say probably Los Tomatos went out in this one. Would have liked to see it maybe like a, I don't know what all of SimGym plays, but like, I mean, looking at meta, like they had something like maybe like a Rel or just something that could survive getting CC'd. Probably be pretty good here.
Yeah, for sure. I know like I'm on the Heck Room, but Los Tomatos smartly banned that out.
Yeah, they took that. They
Um,
took away the pony. Like
yeah,
Trundle would be good here, I think.
it was one of the drafts where I agree the U was kind of weird, and either if you had the Yi but an engaged top, or you had your poke comp with a more tank jungler, it could work a little better. But yeah, Los Tomatos basically full comfort. Omega pulling out that new annoying Zac top where just you heal for everything with your blobs and all the base damages are super high. But we'll see.
It ain't new. It's just like
It,
nobody plays Zac and nobody like people like it Zac top or lane Zac mid it does too, but like they show up like once a year in like pro play and then people try it for like a couple days, they realize Zac's really boring, so they don't keep playing it, but it's just hidden OP and Riot will never
right.
nerf it because it's never popular.
Yeah. Like I know going into this week, if you looked at like u.gg, Zac was by far the highest win rate top. But jump
They buffed his
into
healing
the
last patch.
results where Los Tomatos took game number 1. Junie on the classic Jin she likes to play, 12-0-2, getting a ton of kills and doing a lot of work in that game. It was kind of rough for Los Tomatos. They were just perma pushed in bot, and since Los Tomatos had so much CC, they could never really punish. Um, but we'll jump into.
Interesting they didn't do the farming, like they didn't let Maokai farm. I feel like that probably would have been.
Yeah, that might have helped them because then you have at least one bigger tank. But not
Yeah,
what they
I felt
elected
yeah,
for.
yeah. Eh, you know,
Tis what it is. We'll jump into draft number 2, where we see Titan Game Box change it up some. Wanted to take out that Jin and Thresh, who were problem game number 1. Los Tomatos grabbed the Amumu once again. Got a Lux Blitzcrank this time in the bot lane. The Tryndamere mid and the Greg's top. Titan Game Box had a Seraphine Senna bot lane. A Trundle. Actually, no, Seraphine mid, Trundle top, Senna Maokai bot once again, and then Kindred jungle.
I mean the comp looks a lot better for TGM. Yeah, I think this is a lot better comp for them. Like they have a lot better team identity. Um, I don't know, like I think overall Titan Gaming Mox has a better comp, but I also think Los Tomatos' comp is it's kind of all over the place. But it's like if they can get ahead in like their bot and mid lane like they did the last game, then they can just think they can just like stat check the enemy team before Senna Seraphine get too big. But
Right.
I think Titan Gaming Mox should have the draft edge here in like later game team fights.
Yeah, I agree. I like this pivot a lot more. I like them putting Sim Jim on a more proactive jungler. Um, but I did still feel he would need to get some ganks in to be able to become that big Kindred. And then, of course, we've seen Junie a bunch on these mage carries in the bot, if it's the Lux or the Syndra, and we know that can be a terror. But yeah, we'll.
Also, probably would have preferred if they just like ran Trundle. They ran the Trundle jungle, and then they gave Flame maybe a range top laner to help deal with Gragas, because I feel like Trundle really can't do anything against Gragas, and they had the counter pick. So I don't know. Like,
Right.
feels like Gragas just like is happy to play against Trundle. He just like takes phase rush, and then whenever Trundle walks up, he just body slams runs away.
Yeah, have that fun no trade pattern. But check
Pretty
out
much.
how game number 2 went, where it did go to Los Tomatos once again. This time, Snirbopsy, Junie, and Omega the Reaper getting very big. Flame actually did really well in the early game with Trundle, and just from level 1 zoned off Omega, where you can see he was very low on the farm end of it.
Yeah.
But eventually, the rest of the map got very big, and were able to help get him back in the game, where he came back and got a bunch of kills to his name. Sim
Yeah.
Jim was able to pick up a fair amount of kills, but just wasn't able to snowball nearly as much as the bot and mid lane were in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard to play Kindred in a situation where you have uh probably like I didn't see if I would imagine Snurpopsy was able to just push and roam whenever he wanted, but like and then bot lane with Lux like wave clear and stuff, it's like probably hard for Kindred to like actually proactively farm marks.
Yeah,
But
he was roaming a lot. You see, got the static shiv just for the extra wave clear. And then
classic.
unfortunately for them on Titan Gaming Box, he was also able to spin in a fair amount of times and actually get the kill onto Bentage and then roam. So just became a little bit of a terror. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Ray was on point with a bunch of his hooks, and Junie just hitting everything on Lux. One
Yeah.
unkilled again in this game, just looking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to play Kindred in that in this kind of game. I think unless your laners are just like LCS tier. But yeah, I mean,
Right. But we'll jump in the draft number 3 since the finals were a best of 5. See if 10 Gaming Box were able to pull it back. Still blue side for Los Nomadas, red for Titan Gaming Box.
is that a Teemo?
It is a Teemo. Los Nomadas
Holy
had
moly!
Lux split spot again. Trend back in the mid lane, Shyvana since the Moo was banned, and a Vladimir for the top. Titan Gaming Box had the Maokai Misfortune, the Silas, um, Jungle, it ended up being Teemo mid and Aurelia top, so a bit of a spicy draft.
Yeah, wait, it is Teemo mid? You said?
Yeah, Teemo mid.
I guess we're just playing to counter, or I guess we're playing to counter Tryndamere.
I
That's
think that was the idea, where it's like, oh, I can blind him, so how can Tryndamere hurt me if I blind him?
okay. So we have like better lane matchups. I don't love Silas Jungle, but I guess he has decent ults here. I just think Silas Jungle is tough to play. Like Silas Jungle is like a pick that's like everything has to go right for you to be good.
Right.
Because you're bad at clearing. So it's like your ganks have to work. And where I don't like bot and top, he does actually have decent gank pressure against like Vladimir, and then he has the Maokai to help him. Um, with bot lane. So like mid lane's a little hard to gank, obviously, but with top and bot, he actually has good gank spots. So I'm curious to see if like how they how this one turned out. But I think Los Namadas have really good scaling on their lanes. So unless they just get rolled over, it's you know their champions are gonna get pretty big.
Right. But yeah, we'll jump into the results and see that Los Amadas were indeed able to sweep the finals, got that 3-0. Junie ended up dying once, didn't go unkillable in all of the finals, but again, Junie and Snurpopsy able to get quite large. Flame again, starting off with a big lead in that top lane, but again, later on, getting ganked. Originally in that draft, when they did the first 3, I was assuming the Silas was going to be top for Flame. So that
Yeah.
the Teemo pick definitely threw me off a bit. It like in concept it was an alright idea where blind counters Tryndamere, but in practice Snurpopsy just did a good job of waiting out the blind and then killing Teemo anyways. I think
Yeah.
maybe
You have
like
to
a
be
Malphite pick or something could have been good.
Yeah, Malphite or picking a tank mid definitely would have been a lot better, especially since Frozen Heart's so broken right now. If your objective is to like counter Tryndamere, I
Right.
think that would have been probably a much better option. And you have like things like Silas and Flame probably gonna play a carry. Like it might have been good idea for Bentage to try to play a tank against it if he didn't think he had like or one of his normal champions would be able to answer Snurpopsy, then yeah, playing something like a Malphite or like a Scion maybe could have been good. Um,
Right.
but
But This time the bot lane going a little better for Titan Gaming Mox. Vixper got a fair amount of kills. A lot of ganks from SimGym were focused on bot, and they were able to pick up some kills. But there are a lot of fights mid to late game where Los Matas would get like 3 or 4 kills, and Titan Game Box would maybe get 1 while everyone else was super low, and it was just kind of tragic to see as they came so close to getting a bunch of wins in team fights but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, season 4 will be the season where we finally have more than 3 games in finals. I will.
It's right.
It's just...
This was the time I think where my team took a game off of Los Tomatas in quarters. So I think it's the first
you
time
guys were the
a team didn't clean sweep the finals.
You guys should have been in finals. You guys should have been in finals. You took 1 game off of them.
Number 2 team, baby.
You're the only team to take a game off Los Tomatas. You should feel proud.
Right. But those are the finals. If you didn't see them, they should be posted. If they're not, I can make sure they get posted. But check them out. They were a fun watch, and Boo I'm Satan had started up a drinking game while we were casting, so her, Malco, and Janao in the chat were getting a little litty. So you could always play along with that if you felt like.
That's sick.
Next up, I'm going to check out the regular season stat leaders. So kind of have the top 5 of each category. For kills, Junie got that number 1 spot at 199, not quite getting over 200. Got Mines and Deity and IBGen 1 behind each other. And Covert Panda coming in 5th. KB Jelly pulling up the number 1 spot in deaths, but I'm right behind him.
You're right behind him.
Boomstick and Kid Boo, and then Bentage, the brother of KB, in number 5. Which, fun fact, I checked out deaths per game also, and then Bentage and KB were 1 and 2, so we had the brothers in lockstep if you look at it that way.
For real? Okay.
For assists, Mont Blanc number 1, 314. Then we got Ray wasn't. Worthy Dust, Halfling,
Yeah, he wasn't,
and
but now he was.
Yeah. The season changed and he became was.
Support, yeah. He won worlds and become was. Hype character arc moment.
For KDA, Junie up there over a point over everyone else, 6.4. And then a Mont Blanc Constancy, Mind's Desire, and a Halfling pretty close at around the 4.5 range. Then Kazuto farming like a madman, just like he always does. 8.36 CS per minute. And we got Mines, Delta Centuria Flame, and IBGen following up.
Awesome. Good CSers over here. We just have the Rise gameplay, the EQE.
Alright.
Clear waves.
For fun, maybe I
EQ.
should send KB the rip emote. Maybe I could 3D print one for him since he won on the death.
True.
And I also checked out how many games each team played. So the most games played was Kraken Slayers, where we did 25 out of the possible 27 games. So we're all about those best of 3 series.
Best of 3 champions.
And the lowest was 20 games. And that was split between Velocity Gaming and Titan Gaming Mox, where they were both 2 over the minimum. So they were all about the either we win 2 or we lose 2.
We win 2 or lose 2.
But yeah, those are stats. I believe Bulgaria is gonna update the website hopefully soonish, so that everyone can see their stats if they're interested. If he doesn't update there, maybe we'll post the Excel somewhere so you can check it out. Just if it doesn't happen, pester Bulgaria about it. But here we also checked out the playoff stats. And these ones for the kills, deaths, and assists, I did it per game instead of total, since if you played 3 series, you're going to have way more than if a team got knocked out in the quarters. So Junie almost up on 10 kills per game. And then we got Kazuto, Omega, Bamba, Derek, and Simjim. Top deaths, Zabel took the top spot as 9 per game, but closely followed by Delicious, KB Jelly, and Halfling all at 8. And then Pharaoh
I don't know how I'm not
just
on this
behind
list.
him. You just didn't die enough, man.
I inted. I didn't die enough.
You inted by not inting.
Yeah, I should have inted harder.
But Zabel showing he's putting work in while he died, getting the top assists per game. Oh, this is awesome.
Wait, no, Halfling did, no? Or is that just
Halfling must have gotten it. Yeah, it got misordered somehow, but yeah. Halfling actually winning that. Zabel number 2. Delicious, KB up there, and Pharaoh once again.
Pharaoh's 3.
Right. Yeah, sorry about that. XL was acting weird on me right there. Who knows?
Unlucky. Unlucky.
KDA's a 19.13 for Junie. Like,
holy cow.
You know, I looked, her average deaths per game in the playoffs was 1, so doing a good job of not dying in the playoffs, and just a ridiculous KDA for that. Also having Sturbopsy and Ray wasn't 2 more, and Omega, so 4 of the 5 players on the top of the KDA.
They're all just smurfing. I don't know.
And then Goat King Reaper jumping in there with that 3.77. And then Kazuto.
Yeah, those Vagar games were pretty hype.
Whenever he could get on Vagar, he's padding that KDA.
Yeah, he was padding that KDA in the first series for sure.
Kazuto showing in playoffs, also playing for that CS. Just if I farm enough, I will win eventually. Farm to win is Kazuto's motto, we can see, and proving it once again with the CS per minute. Followed by Console, Flame, Derek, and Junie. So also on the top CS per minute along with the kills. Junie just killing it all over the place.
Season MVP?
I mean, with the stats don't lie, gotta be.
That's no lie.
But that's all we had for you. Short and sweet. If you have a Prime available, toss it our way. We'll appreciate it.
Love you for 30 days.
Love you for at least 30 days.
At least, yeah.
And again, get your signups in as we get ready for Season 4, and hopefully have another good season. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
I never thought hyenas essential. They're crude and unspeakably plain. Maybe they've a gleam of potential. If I lied to my vision and brain. That your powers of retention are as what as a warthog's backside. As sick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expression. The lights are not all upstairs, but we're talking coups and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. For the chance of a lifetime, be prepared for sensational moves. A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer. And when we filter, just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And justice deliciously squared. Be prepared. For what? For the death of the king. Why? Is he sick? No fool will kill him. It's Simba too. Great idea. Who needs a king? No king, la 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 la. Idiots, there will be a king. Hey, but you said there will be king. Stick with urgency. The point that I must emphasize is you won't get us left without me. So prepare for coup of the century.